Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Killogue for the win here, bringing you guys another epic Clash of Clans video. This time, to start off, I'm just going to show you guys a little achievement that I got. I actually destroyed 2,000 town halls in multiplayer, so that shows I've won a lot of battles actually and destroyed a lot of town halls, which is pretty cool. That's actually quite a milestone. And here I'm just going to get one of my corner walls done. I like the corner walls at level 9 just because it shows them on fire. They're like a little torch going on there. And also I'm going to go ahead and get another archer tower to level 10. I actually do have all of my archer towers to level 10 now, and I have one going to max level at level 11. But anyways, I'll probably show you that later in the video. What I have here is a pretty solid raid for you guys, and I'm going to start off by taking out his Barb King and going for this Wizard Tower and that Mortar, as I can see that they're kind of vulnerable at the corner of this guy's base here, so they're pretty easy to get in, especially with those Hog Riders. I could just drop them with a Rage spell, and they just flew right through the walls and got that. You'll notice that the Hog Riders do work, and they go for defense now, as you probably saw in my last video where I dropped 49 Hog Riders and they went absolutely ham. So what I'm doing here is I'm going for these guys' Wizard Towers. I'm going to drop a few Barbarians and Archers to go ahead and take them out, because they're right out there at the outskirts of his base behind only one wall, and you really want to avoid doing that. As you can see, he's got his Cannons and Archer Towers more in the center of his base, which is where his Mortars and his Wizard Towers should be. You don't want to put your splash damage buildings on the outskirts like that, because they're super vulnerable. And sorry, excuse me while I ignore this phone call. Sorry about that. Anyways, like I say, put your splash damage buildings more in the center of your base, because they're super easy to take out, how I did. And anyways, there's only a couple splash damage buildings left in this guy's base, and that's what I'm shooting for right now. I'm just trying to get those wiped out so I can get the rest of this loot. As you can tell, he's got a pretty good amount of loot left on the table. They're mainly in his mines, so I've got to get to that. I've got a few Giants left and a few Barbarians and Archers though, so it's pretty 50-50 here. I was on the fence, not really too sure if I was going to make it or not. I was just hoping that my Archers would step up right here, and it looks like they are. They're going to go for this Mortar first, and this Giant's just about to die off. He has really low health, and a few of these Barbarians are going to run up after that Mortar is destroyed and distract these defenses while these Archers do get the rest of the gold. So there's about 11,000 left in that gold mine, and it means I got all the loot. It's going to end up being about almost 700,000, about 690,000. So a pretty solid raid in my opinion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and it's pretty clutch as well. So skipping ahead to the next raid here, what I have for you guys is not a farming raid. It's not a farming loot raid. What I like to call this is actually farming cups, where I'm not just going for loot, I'm just blatantly going for cups. I noticed this guy had 25 cups available, and I wanted to get actually all of those cups, because I went on a little bit of a trophy push in the clan. I didn't really start it. Once that update came out, if you guys in the clan wanted to make it to Crystal League so that they can get 250 gems for it, and I just kept going up higher and higher in cups, not even on purpose. I was just winning like every raid, 3-starring people. So I made it up to like gold 2 by accident before I really decided to drop cups, because usually what I'll do once I get up kind of high in cups, I'll just drop one Barbarian and end the battle and get back to like silver 1, so I can farm a lot and get like a lot of loot up down there, but and really quickly at that. But sometimes I get lazy and I don't feel like dropping cups, so I'll just keep getting higher and higher in cups until I make it to like gold 2 or something. Then I'll end up dropping back to gold 1 or silver 1, or gold 3 that is. And but this time I decided to go all the way to Crystal. I was going to drop right before I got to Crystal because I wanted to make a series out of it, but I decided I'm going to actually use the gems from getting to Crystal League on getting back to Crystal League and making a series out of it for you guys, because I'll be able to do it a lot quicker. I won't have to wait as long to GoWipe and stuff like that, because that is my army of choice when it comes to high level gameplay, or high trophy gameplay. That is, I'll just GoWipe each and every person. I will just drop a bunch of P.E.K.K.A.s, golems and stuff. And right here I actually didn't get the 3-star. I lied. I only get 2 stars, and I actually failed with my troops. I dropped them way too late. I should have kept dropping them, and my Archer Queen actually died. Had I not have waited and dropped them a little bit sooner there, they probably would have destroyed the town hall before my queen died, and I could have ended the battle saving her. But anyways, it doesn't matter because that's a pretty good raid. 17 cups and like 200,000, and that is what made me into the Crystal League. So there it is, Crystal League, bam. You get a pretty good bonus at 21,000 of each loot. 50 Dark Elixir. It's actually a lot better in Crystal 2 where you get 100 Dark Elixir, I think it is. So that's pretty tight. I'm going to go ahead and claim my reward here at 250 gems. I had up to 384 gems. Now I'm back at like 225. But as you can see, I was number 2 in the clan. I did make it to number 1, and we did reach 17,000 cups, which was my goal. We had never been that far before. Before, our record was like 16,000 something, and I was really excited that we made it to 17,000 cups. So shout out to everyone I'm showing right now in the clan that helped me push to this feat of 17,000 cups. I was really excited whenever we made it. We actually made it up to like 17,400 at one point, and then pretty much like everybody in the clan dropped back down from Crystal League to farm or whatever it may be. Even Richard and Josh, I think, which are always in Crystal League, dropped to like gold 2 or something so they can get more loot. And I'm happy for them that they did that, because I know it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle being that high up in cups. You're fighting for trophies, and you're not even getting any loot, and you know, you might even have to gem loot a lot of the time, gem elixir to even make troops. So I like this league, or I like farming a lot better. That's just what I'm accustomed to. That's what I'm used to, and that's what I'll probably do until my base is like a max out Town Hall 10. So anyways, what I have here for you guys is a GoWipe raid with both of my heroes, it looks like. And yeah, he's got his Barb King in the center of his base, so my P.E.K.K.A. is probably going to look for him. Or actually, he's just going to destroy my Golem right now, and my P.E.K.K.A. just walked right past him like he didn't even see him. Kind of weird. But the P.E.K.K.A.s do some weird shit now and then. Let me just say that. So finally, one of my P.E.K.K.A.s is going to find this Barbarian King, and it is going to two-shot him, it looks like. Oh, almost two shots. It's going to take 3 shots to kill him. So I still have about 3 P.E.K.K.A.s on the field right now, and about 7 Wizards. So I only have like 3 defenses left, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to go ahead and get those taken out and 3-star this guy's base. So I'm just pushing forward into the middle of the bottom here, and looks like that's all of the buildings right there. So mainly it's going to be these Wizards taking them out, because that they are like archers and they can shoot at a distance. So I got 100% on that, and about 320,000 in loot. Plus 100 Dark Elixir, 938 I think it was, which is pretty good if you ask me. I was actually up to about 60,000 here, and here's where I'm going to go ahead and get my Archery Queen 2 level 10. She just finished, so look forward to that. Probably in the next video we'll have some gameplay of her. She's actually really beast, and she has a gold crown now, so she looks sexy as fuck. Sexy AF. And yeah, I actually started my Barb King to level 7 as well. I'm going to work on him from now on until he gets to level 10, and here I'm just showing you guys a few of the things that I'm upgraded. I actually did get that Dark Barracks to level 3 recently, and used Valkyries a little bit with her, or with that, but mainly I'm just using Hog Riders now. Actually, you're going to see here soon, I do start to get them to level 2, and they're almost done, so I'm pretty stoked for that. And I think that they're going to just be phenomenal at level 5. Like Richard gives me level 5 Hog Riders, and they just do a ton of work. They do 105 damage per second, and I believe they have 500 or 525 health. So, I mean, do the math. You know, 40 plus, like if I use 40 Hog Riders plus 100 damage a second, that's like 4,000 damage a second. That's just an unforeseen amount of damage that they can do whenever they're all clumped up together. Like, they will destroy your town hall like that. Like, I snap my fingers, your town hall is gone. They jump all the fences, all the walls to get to the center of your base, hit your town hall, you're done. Like, you don't even stand a chance. But anyways, I'm excited for them. Hopefully you guys like Hog Riders more now that they updated them as well. I highly recommend that you try them, especially if you're farming, man. They only cost like 30 Dark Elixir. So if you make 10 or 12 of them, you know, that's only like 300 Dark Elixir. So that's not too costly if you have like higher level drills and stuff like that. And you're pretty used to farming Dark Elixir. It's not too shabby in my opinion. So yeah, like I say, definitely try out Hog Riders. And yeah, so back to the gameplay here. What I have is another raid about 400k or something like that, and a lot of this stuff is going to be in his mines. As you can see in the center of his base, doesn't look like there's too much loot in there, but it could just be that little glitch that confuses you that Supercell doesn't want you to know exactly where all the loot is at, most likely. So I did have a couple of witches on this raid and a couple of P.E.K.K.A.s, and right here you're going to see I dropped a raid spell by accident for no freaking reason. I was like, wow, did I really just do that? Because I don't really fail that much on stuff like that. I know you'll see like Chief Pat or other YouTube commentators will sometimes just drop a lightning spell for no reason, or you've probably seen it in raids against your base if you watch the defenses. You know, sometimes you'll fail on little things like that, but I don't typically do that, man. I was like, what just happened? It's probably late at night. There's actually another fail later in this video that I'm going to have to tell you guys, but I'm not going to show you it because I actually deleted it. But anyways, right here, I'm just going for this guy's Town Hall. I know that I've already got pretty much all of the loot, and I just want to add insult to injury to him and destroy his Town Hall. So my Barbarian King is going to die, but I'm not too worried about it. This P.E.K.K.A. still has a good deal of health, and it's going to do a good deal of damage to this Town Hall. Once he destroys that, I'm pretty much done with this raid. I'm probably just going to go ahead and end the battle here in a second. Or am I just going to let him run around and destroy a couple more defenses with one shot? Yep. So anyways, I get just under 700k, or like 650k ish. So pretty solid raid in my opinion. So skipping ahead, as you can see here, the only reason that I attacked this guy is because one of his air defenses is down, one of his wizard towers is down, and in the top right you can see another one of his wizard towers is down. So that means 2 out of 3 of his wizard towers are down, because this is a Town Hall 8 and he can only have 3 of them. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to start off by going for that air defense first so I can drop these minions. I did have like 45 minions. I think I actually had 5 in my clan castle, and these minions are going to go through and do a ton of work. He only has 2 air defenses now, and I'm hoping that they will get through and destroy one of those wizard towers, as my giants are going a bit astray. They are going to destroy that mortar, but I was kind of hoping that they'd go for that wizard tower at the top there. But looks like he's one shot. Finally, my minions or an archer is going to be able to take him out, and now I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to wreck this guy's base, seeing as he only has a couple of mortars left and I have a fairly decent amount of troops left. So he didn't have the most loot in the world, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to watch because he has level 7 and level 8 walls. So you don't really see me attack that many bases with you know, defenses this strong, like level 6 mortars and stuff like that. Mainly I'm just farming weaker bases that have the most loot. So anyways, gonna go ahead and drop some more troops on the top left. Hopefully they'll push in towards the middle and get to this gold storage. And yeah, that's all I'm really going for left in this raid. Once they destroy that, they can just run around and die off, and it doesn't really bother me. I'm just going for the loot, like I say. So I got all the loot, only about 1,000 left on the table, and it's funny, I actually have like 1 minion down here on this guy's Town Hall, and I was sitting here and I was like, wow, 1 minion, should I actually wait and get this guy's Town Hall out the way? And I was like, what the heck, you know, 8 experience points, you know, whatever Town Hall it is, you get, like say if it's a Town Hall 9, you get 9 experience points for destroying it. In case you guys didn't notice, they don't really point that out anywhere, but as you can see, there's the +8 right there, so I did get 8 extra experience points, and I am pushing for level 100. I know that's freaking ridiculous. I'm going to feel like the biggest no-life ever once I reach level 100, but I am stoked for it at the same time. So what I want to show you guys here is actually really strange. This guy does a giant healer strategy against my base, and there's something odd about it that I'm going to show you after the raid. So I feel like I have to sneeze right now, but I'm just going to keep going here. So he's going to come in from the top right, it looks like. He has about 20 giants. So he's going to go for this air defense here because he does have 2 healers. So he's going to drop a couple of wall breakers there to go for that air defense. And he dropped his healers like way out of angle, so he was hoping that the air defense wouldn't really affect him. So it actually, they're like level 3 healers, so it's actually not even going to destroy one of the healers before that the air defense gets taken down. So we have like 20 giants right now being raid spelled and being healed at the same time. So this is bad news bears. Also, he's going to take out my mortar and 2 of my wizard towers, and he's going to drop a bunch of his infantry to go ahead and get in and steal my loot. Looks like he's going to drop like a 3rd or a 4th. I think it was a 3rd raid spell, but he's going to drop it at a bad angle or at a bad spot kind of. He kind of probably meant to get his giants in there. They probably would have broken through that wall already had he have managed to do that, but he kind of failed with that raid spell. So Now his Giants are just kind of beating at these level 8 walls, which is going to take them all freaking day. Because Giants don't actually do that much damage, and they're kind of slow as well. So he's kind of going to miss the big picture here and in getting to the center of my base. I only had about 750 Dark Elixir on the table for him to steal, and I don't think I really had much of any Clan Castle troops to fight against this guy. So he did get lucky in that aspect, and but overall he did a good job in this raid, and I was pretty impressed with his level 5 troops and how far I made it with the giant healer strategy. So he's only going to get 45%, but he's going to get about half of my loot. So that's pretty impressive. Not many people get that much gold, or actually any gold at all from me. So I'm actually going to go ahead and visit this guy and think about revenging him here. So I went and looked at his base, and to my surprise, he actually copied my base. This base is almost exactly the same as mine. As you can see, like in the top right there, he's got a little couple extra walls hanging out there. But he did copy my base here, and I was amazed. I was like, holy shit, this guy's the same base as me. And since it is a new Town Hall 9, I can tell he's just now building his expos and stuff. I decided that I was going to go ahead and think about revenging him, because I've never had the chance to attack my base, and I always wanted to see what I could do against my base. You know, obviously his isn't that well maxed out. He only has like level 3 wizard towers and stuff like that. But I was hoping that I would do a good deal of damage against this guy. And I was checking out his clan castle, seeing what he had in there. I was thinking about getting a lightning spell, but right here, like an idiot, I'm actually going to make a raid spell. This was like super late at night, man. This was like 2 in the morning or something. And, alright, so right here I'm going to get a level 11 archer tower, I think it is. Yeah. So anyways, back to what I was saying. It was like 3 in the morning or something when that happened with that guy. And I went to check out his base again later on, guys. And I clicked revenge, right? And I just wanted to see how much loot he had. I wasn't going to attack him or anything. I just wanted to see how much loot I would actually be able to get from him. And I think it was about 2,000 of each, right? And like the biggest doofus in the world, I accidentally dropped like 1 barbarian on him. And I had like 120 troops. I didn't even have a full army. Like I was actually training a GoWipe, because I was planning on 3-starring that guy's base. Especially since he didn't have expos. I was kind of confident I was going to get at least 80% on his base, because it wasn't that quite maxed out, you know what I mean? So I accidentally dropped 1 barbarian against him, and I think I only got like 30 or 40% against the guy once it was all said and done. I got about the same amount of loot as he got against me, but I didn't do nearly as much as I wanted to. So if you are watching this, the guy that raided me and the guy that I failed raiding against, you got lucky, man. Let me just say that. You got hella lucky. You did a good job raiding me, but I'm sorry, I freaking failed like a dumbass in raiding you, and you just got lucky. That's all I'm going to say. I could have done a lot better, but I screwed it up. Anyways, back to the gameplay. What I have here is over a 900,000 raid. This guy is a pretty strong base, a pretty strange layout though. It looks like he's wasting a good bit of his walls. He doesn't have any, what's the word? He doesn't have any, not air traps, but he doesn't have any spring traps. Probably because he's went inactive for a while. That's why he has so much loot in his collectors and mines, and that's what's making this possible. But normally I'm sure that he has some spring traps right where my package just ran there on the bottom and in areas like that. So if you try to spam giants in there, they'll get sprung up, and that'll be like the only way that they're going to want to go. So I did actually manage to take out this guy's base like super quickly. As you can see, I have 99%, and all I have left is his town hall and a minute and a half into the raid. And I only used 1 raid spell on this guy. I wasn't really sure where to drop it because he had, like I say, he had a strange layout. But anyways, my wizard is going to go ahead and finish him off. As you can see, I do get about 920,000-ish and 801 Dark Elixir. So that's my best raid in a good while now. And yeah, I haven't been getting that many raids like this as of lately. I think it was in the last video I posted over 1,000,000 raid, and I haven't found anything like that as of lately. Or actually, I did find 1,000,000 raid, and I failed epically because this guy had a really strong base, and my army wasn't quite good enough for it. But anyways, right here I'm going to start level 2 hog riders, and I'm pretty stoked for those. I only got a couple days left, so yeah, I actually have some more gameplay after this. I'm probably going to go ahead and do another commentary, so I can do like 3 videos in a row for you guys, so I don't get too behind. I know I haven't done a video in like a whole week or something, so I apologize again for that. Like I say, man, I've just been busy working, busy with my social life, and trying not to get too stuck in the Clash of Clans world. I know this game will put you in your own little world, so I try to stay in touch with real life at the same time. So anyways, what I have here, man, is a solid base, and this level 5 wizard tower is actually wrecking my giants. So I'm going to drop a healing spell on them, because the healing spells did get buffed. They actually do spread out for a wider, bigger diameter now, so they have more space to get your troops healed up. And they heal more. I think they did like plus 200 in healing. So as you can see, it brought my giants back to like almost full health. And the healing spells won't actually do that much for like your P.E.K.K.A.s per se. They'll do a little bit for your heroes, but the P.E.K.K.A.s have so much health that it's not actually going to help them out too much. But anyways, I did get the majority of the loot so far on this guy. Right now I'm just trying to get these elixir pumps at the bottom there, because as you can tell, that's where the most of his loot is. He's not in the league. So I only have one more gold mine to get to, and I'm hoping that those archers there on the top will get to that. Looks like they are just not reaching it, and they're just picking it off slowly but surely. Now a few of them did break through that wall, and they're going to go ahead and destroy the rest of that gold mine. So as you can see here, he actually had his Barb King come out of nowhere and destroy my P.E.K.K.A. there. So I'm going to leave some elixir on the table, I believe there at the bottom. I'm completely out of troops, so I'm just hoping that this one archer will manage to take out the rest of this gold storage. She actually does get one shot by that mortar there, and I'm probably about to end the battle because I only have a couple giants left on the field, and they're obviously not going to take out the rest of the defenses. So I guess I'm going to let these barbarians pick at this wall a little bit, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and end the battle. Oh yeah, for some reason I decided to just sit here and wait and watch these little barbarians smacking at the wall. One shot by one shot, they're just sitting here waylaying it for like 10 minutes straight. And yeah, I have no idea why I sat here. But as you can see, they're actually doing a fair amount of damage to this wall at this point. Finally, they're going to break through, and they are going to do a good amount of damage to that gold mine and finally destroy it. So I do get about 670k-ish, 650k, something around there. Pretty solid raid, and yeah, I actually managed to get all of it. So anyways, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Make sure to leave a comment and a like rating if you are already subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be talking to you guys later. Alright, I'm out. Peace!